Good morning, everyone. Our today's topic in legal aspect of business is Sales of Goods Act. So basically, Sales of Goods Act is meant for all those agreements and the contract which uh, involves transfer of movable property from one person to another person takes place. So in this statement, you will see there are three things involved. First is Sales of Goods Act includes agreement and the contract. That means Sales of Goods Act involve agreements and the contract both. Second is transfer of movable property. So that means there must be dealing of movable property only. So immovable property is out of scope of this act. And from one person to another person, that means there must be two parties involved in this kind of contract or agreement. And one more thing, it's a transfer of property. That means there must be ownership, transfer of ownership involved in the contract of sale. So these are the essentials also. So now we will talk about the scope and evolution of contract of sale. See, by the definition given in Indian Sales of Goods Act, a contract of sales of goods is a contract whereby a seller transfers or agrees to transfer the property in goods to buyer for a price. We will discuss the elements of this later on. See, this, and if we talk about the scope of this act, it is extended up to whole India, every state of India. And the contract of sales includes both agreement to sale or and sale. That means there are agreements and contract, both are involved. And this act is not dealt with immovable property. That means uh, this act is only meant for movable properties, not immovable properties like land, building. So now we will talk about the essentials of contract of sale. So first essential is there are two parties involved. So, and we all know that in this contract, which kind of these two parties are. First is called seller, who sells the property or who transfers the property, and second is buyer, who uh, get the property or pay the price of the commodity. So there are two parties must for a contract of sale. That means there could be more than two parties involved. So there could be two buyers or two sellers. It is okay, but there must be, it should not be one party, because one cannot contract himself for a contract of sale. Second is property in goods. So property in goods must be, as the definition suggests, that property must be saleable, and it should be in the form of immovable property. So the immovable property, movable property. So movable property includes any actionable claims like your negotiable instrument and money, uh, even electricity, water, gas, stock, shares, crops. Uh, so this all comes under movable property. And what are the goods excluded in this act are the land or currency note in circulation. That is also does not included in uh, movable properties. So these are the the transfer of commodity should be property in goods. Now third essential is transfer of goods. So first we need to understand what are goods. So if we talk about goods, so it is defined in the this act as any movable property which can be transferred is known as goods here. So it should not include any actionable claim or money in circulation. However, we can include the old coins which does not right now in circulation. This comes under movable property. And the goods may include any stock, shares, growing crops, grass, and anything attached to farming part of a land. That this includes in the property in goods. So if we talk about property in goods or transfer of goods, that means there need to be transfer of ownership. That means with the help of this act, one can transfer the ownership right to another person. Now the next essential is reception of price or money consideration should be involved in this act. So that means it is also a kind, the sales of good is also a kind of contract. And in this contract, one party's consideration is the goods or movable property, and the other party's consideration must be in terms of money only. So that means the consideration of the buyer seller should be in terms of money. However, the consideration should consist from money, and even it can include some part of money and some part of another goods, so that it should not be out and out barter system, but it should be uh, it should have a certain amount of money involved in it. Last essential is it should contain all the essential elements of a valid contract. That means apart from these above four essentials, a contract of sale must include all the essentials of a valid contract, like free consent should be there. All the parties need to have intention to create a legal relationship. The parties must be capable of making contract. The object and the consideration should be legal. So these are essentials should be fulfilled to create a contract of sale. Now, since we have talked about that sales of goods includes both an agreement to sell and a contract of sale. So we should going to understand what is the difference between sale and agreement to sale. When we talk about sale, where the transfer of property in goods takes place at the time of making contract, so it will conclude at contract of sale. Whereas when the property in goods takes place in future date, so it will amount as agreement to sale. So basically contract is a sale is a contract, and agreement to sell is an agreement. So what are the difference between these two? So first difference, as you see on the slide, first difference is in sale, immediate transfer of ownership to the buyer, whereas in agreement to sell, ownership remain with seller. So that means in sale, that ownership right is immediately transferred, but in agreement to sell, the ownership right is transferred in some future date. Second difference is sales is an executed contract, whereas agreement to sale is executory contract. As we all know that executed contract is those contract where the performance has performed immediately, and what is executory contract, that means performance is due for a future date. So if we see the nature of sale and agreement to sell, we can easily say that sales is executed contract, whereas agreement to sell is executory contract. Next difference is sale create a right in uh, rem for buyer, So what is right in rem? Right in rem means the right against whole world. So in the contract of sale, the ownership right for a buyer which is created is against the whole world, whereas agreement to sale provides a right in personam for buyer. That means what is right in personam? Personam means right in personam means right against a person. And what who is that person? The person is seller. So in agreement to sale, where the ownership is not transferred to you, in this case, it agreement to sale will provide only right against the seller for the buyer. Next difference is seller can sue for the price, whereas in agreement to sell, seller can sue for the damage. So this is also, that means if the seller has not sorry, the buyer has not paid the price, so seller can file a suit for the price, whereas in agreement to sell, if such situation arises, seller can suit for the damages he suffered. In sale, risk passes to the buyer. So see, risk is always in the contract of sale, risk is always move with the ownership. So in contract of sale, the ownership passes immediately, so as the risk also passes to the buyer. Whereas in agreement to sale, the risk doesn't pass to the buyer, because it also follows the ownership, and ownership is not yet passed, so that the risk is also does not pass to buyer immediately. And last is the difference is sales, the delivery cannot be refused if buyer become insolvent before the payment of price. So if before the payment of price and buyer became insolvent, so the seller cannot refuse the delivery just because buyer become insolvent, because he has the ownership right of that good. Whereas in agreement to sale, delivery can be refused because ownership is not passed to the buyer and buyer become insolvent, so he might not pay the price of the commodity. So these are the difference between agreement to sale and sale. So in this lecture, we have studied about the concept of sales of goods, its scope, essential, and the difference between sale and agreement to sale. So that is for now. Thank you so much.